The 10 most polluted countries and the least polluted country in the world. Environmental pollution has emerged as one of the most pressing issues worldwide, affecting millions of lives and ecosystems. Rapid industrialization, urbanization, and population growth in various parts of the world have driven pollution to critical levels, impacting air, water, and soil quality. This essay examines the 10 most polluted countries globally, shedding light on the unique causes and consequences of pollution in each. It also contrasts these highly affected regions with one of the world's least polluted countries, Iceland, to emphasize the benefits of sustainable environmental practices. The 10 most polluted countries. 1. Bangladesh. Bangladesh frequently ranks as the most polluted country globally, particularly concerning air quality. The nation's rapid industrialization, combined with a high population density and insufficient regulatory oversight, has led to critical pollution levels in many areas. Dhaka, the capital, experiences extremely high levels of PM 2.5, a dangerous particulate pollutant that can penetrate deeply into the lungs and bloodstream, causing respiratory and cardiovascular diseases. Contributing factors to this pollution include the widespread use of brick kilns, vehicular emissions, unregulated industrial waste, and household reliance on wood and biomass for cooking. Seasonal factors also worsen air quality, with winter inversions trapping pollutants close to the ground. Despite public outcry, efforts to regulate emissions have been hampered by limited resources and enforcement challenges. 2. Pakistan. Pakistan is another country grappling with severe pollution, with cities like Lahore, Karachi, and Faisalabad experiencing hazardous air quality levels. A significant contributor to air pollution is vehicular emissions, exacerbated by a rapidly expanding population and aging transport infrastructure. Additionally, widespread agricultural practices, such as stubble burning, contribute heavily to seasonal smog, which can disrupt daily life, decrease visibility, and worsen respiratory health. Industrial waste, untreated sewage, and plastic pollution have severely degraded Pakistan's water resources, leading to health issues and environmental degradation. Government initiatives to curb pollution face obstacles due to a lack of consistent policy enforcement and financial constraints. 3. India. India is home to some of the most polluted cities in the world, including Delhi, which often experiences dangerous air quality, especially during the winter months. Major sources of pollution include industrial emissions, vehicle exhaust, construction dust, and large-scale agricultural burning, especially in the states of Punjab and Haryana. In addition to air pollution, India's rivers are heavily polluted with industrial and agricultural runoff, which threatens biodiversity and public health. The Indian government has launched several initiatives, such as the National Clean Air Program, NCAP, to reduce pollution, but the challenge remains daunting given the country's massive population, rapid urbanization, and dependency on coal for energy. 4. Mongolia. Mongolia's pollution issues are heavily concentrated in its capital, Ulaanbaatar, where air quality is among the worst in the world during winter. The city's residents rely heavily on coal for heating due to harsh, sub-zero temperatures, leading to extremely high levels of PM 2.5. This reliance on coal stoves, combined with inadequate ventilation in homes, has led to an indoor air pollution crisis as well. Children and the elderly are especially vulnerable to respiratory issues as a result of this pollution. Efforts to introduce cleaner fuels and improve insulation in homes have had limited impact, and addressing this problem will require substantial investment and policy reform. 5. Afghanistan. Afghanistan's pollution challenges are compounded by a lack of regulatory oversight, the widespread use of low-quality fossil fuels, and limited access to clean energy sources. Kabul, the capital, frequently experiences high levels of particulate matter, and reliance on coal, wood, and even tires as fuel sources worsens air quality, particularly in winter. The lack of green spaces in urban areas further aggravates pollution by reducing natural air filtration. Additionally, untreated industrial and household waste pollute water sources, creating further health risks. The country's challenging political situation complicates efforts to address pollution, leaving many residents exposed to severe environmental hazards. 6. Indonesia's pollution issues are often seasonal and particularly impactful due to the country's forest fires, which are frequently set intentionally to clear land for agriculture. These fires generate significant amounts of smoke and particulate matter, not only affecting Indonesia but also drifting across borders to neighboring countries such as Malaysia and Singapore. During the dry season, the haze from these fires can last for weeks, causing respiratory illnesses, school closures, and disruptions to daily life. Urban centers like Jakarta also face pollution challenges from vehicle emissions and industrial waste. While the government has introduced regulations to prevent forest burning, enforcement is difficult, and illegal clearing continues. 7. Thailand experiences pollution from multiple sources, including vehicle emissions, industrial activities, and agricultural burning, particularly in the northern regions. Bangkok, the capital, often experiences high levels of PM 2.5 during the dry season, leading to smog and poor air quality. The government has attempted to address pollution by promoting public transportation, encouraging electric vehicle use, and placing stricter emissions regulations on industries. However, controlling agricultural burning remains a challenge, as it is deeply rooted in local farming practices. Air pollution in Thailand not only affects public health but also impacts tourism, a critical sector of the economy. 8. China has historically struggled with pollution due to its rapid industrial growth and high population density. However, in recent years, the country has made significant efforts to reduce pollution through strict emissions regulations and a shift towards renewable energy sources. While cities like Beijing have seen improvements in air quality, other industrial regions continue to experience high levels of pollution. Major sources of pollution in China include coal-fired power plants, industrial emissions, and vehicular exhaust. China's war on pollution aims to balance economic growth with environmental sustainability, with a focus on reducing emissions, improving waste management, and increasing green spaces. 9. Nepal, particularly its capital Kathmandu, faces severe air pollution issues. High levels of vehicle emissions, industrial activity, and dust from unpaved roads contribute to poor air quality. The population density and geographical factors, such as the valley structure of Kathmandu, trap pollutants, leading to a persistent haze over the city. Efforts to improve air quality are limited due to financial constraints and a lack of consistent regulation. Additionally, deforestation and agricultural burning contribute to air pollution, while rivers are contaminated with untreated sewage, impacting public health and the environment. 10. Uzbekistan's pollution issues stem from outdated industrial infrastructure, reliance on low-quality fossil fuels, and environmental degradation from the drying of the Aral Sea. The loss of the Aral Sea has led to frequent dust storms, which carry salt and toxic chemicals across the region, affecting air quality and agriculture. The country faces significant challenges in modernizing its energy infrastructure and reducing pollution from industrial sources. Although government initiatives have begun addressing these issues, substantial investment and policy reform are necessary to bring lasting change. The least polluted country. Iceland. In contrast to the highly polluted countries, Iceland is often considered one of the cleanest and least polluted countries globally. With a small population, extensive environmental regulations, and abundant renewable energy sources, Iceland maintains exceptional air and water quality. The country relies heavily on geothermal and hydroelectric power, which significantly reduces carbon emissions compared to fossil fuels. Industrial activity in Iceland is minimal and closely regulated to prevent environmental degradation. Additionally, Iceland's commitment to conservation and sustainable practices extends to waste management, recycling, and land preservation, helping to protect the natural beauty that attracts millions of tourists each year. Iceland's geographical isolation and low population density also contribute to its relatively untouched environment, setting it apart as a model for clean, sustainable living. Conclusion. The contrast between the most polluted and least polluted countries underscores the significant impact of human activity on environmental quality. Countries facing severe pollution challenges often have high population densities, rely on fossil fuels, and struggle with weak regulatory enforcement. Industrialization, urbanization, and agricultural practices in these regions exacerbate pollution, posing health risks and economic burdens. Conversely, Iceland's environmental policies, reliance on renewable energy, and commitment to sustainability demonstrate the potential benefits of responsible practices. Addressing pollution in highly affected countries will require a multifaceted approach, including stricter regulatory policies, cleaner technologies, and increased public awareness. The experiences of both the most and least polluted countries offer valuable insights into the importance of sustainable practices and proactive measures to protect our planet for future generations.